were getting more financial help. So, I grew up in a family that was very close to the church, a family that took part. My parents are very active. There was a problem. Okay, thank you for coming, Sheikh Nazim. Thank you for coming, and hope to see you again. And PM me when you're back around so we can have you come back in the room, okay? So thank you very much for coming. Yes. And blessings to you and your family. Okay, all right, thank you. And so, I had a lot of exposure to different communities within southern Saskatchewan. So I grew up doing many different things. Our family was extremely musical, and it wasn't just polka stuff or cowboy stuff. It was classical music. My family was very artsy, was into the arts, and so I grew up with that type of a background. And I went to school. I did very well in school. I've been working since the age of 15. I've always worked. Mainly because people just don't leave me alone. But I've always been blessed with work. And so I worked myself right through. I did go to university. I did study music. I did do performance and voice. I did teach for 28 years voice. So I know how to use people's voices. I know how to make people sing. I know how to make people who can't sing a little bit better than what they can. But at the same time, there was blessings in that for me too. I have been blessed with many gifts, and to say that God has not treated me right would be a lie. God has always been part of my life. Every time a door closed, one opened, and every time I had to sit in the valley and wait, what God gave to me was far better than what I even asked for in the first place. When I lost my home, my husband, just about lost my business, by removing all those things, it allowed me to come and to be free to study Islam and to be open. Because sometimes we have to be down there to be able to listen. That's the only time we listen. Because when things are going good, we don't go to God. A lot of times we don't. And even as a Christian, I was the same way when I was a Christian. So when everything started to fold on me, it hurt. Oh, it hurt so bad. It hurt every time I got up in the morning. I would wake up with this pain in my heart thinking, what boogeyman would be around the corner for me this time? What did I have to deal with? And it was a horrible experience to go through. But I had said years ago at one time that if I had to choose between my marriage and God, what would I choose? And I said God before I even had a second thought. It just popped right out of my head. So I knew what direction I was going. But you know what? In order for me to grow, and when your husband doesn't grow, then what happens? There's a split in the home. When one doesn't support the other person, there's a split. In the end, he didn't appreciate what I had. He didn't appreciate it. He didn't appreciate my humor. He didn't appreciate my spirituality. Well, what was left? That's Will. That's Donna. And my joy. My joy comes to me very natural. It isn't like I'm an airhead blonde. I'm a redhead here. I'm very intelligent. But every time I would step out and do something, I wasn't scared. I would say, well, let's see if I can do this. And it was hard for me to say no to people because I kept thinking, well, if it's in my capability of doing it, I will do it. So I always had this mindset. But when all at once you have 5 years, and including that, during that time I also had very bad health. I had to have extensive surgery. I had a 30% chance of getting off the surgery table. But you know what? I didn't have any other choice. I just pictured in my mind that God was not finished with me, and I knew He wasn't finished with me. And so during that time, it opened me. I had nothing else to do but to be on this computer and listening to people on here. And to one person I listened to was a person that is in a wheelchair in Dubai, a brother, who at 9 months was given a polio shot that made him, yes, I'm tell-talk, that made him in a wheelchair for the rest of his life at 9 months. It was an accident. It was an accident. This man who had gone through so much and so much surgery himself, stayed up with me after I got home after surgery just to keep an eye on me, just to be up with me, just to make sure I got back to the computer when I literally went to the bathroom to throw up every hour because I had a new stomach. I have a miracle inside me. I have a new stomach. I have a stomach that is working for me, and I am so much, I'm healthier than I have been in the last 15 years. So I've been given a miracle all over again. And so I know that I'm not done with, and I know that my time here on earth is not done. It's certainly not done. So I'm on to the second part. But the nice thing about it is that I feel I have found a home. I feel that Islam is my home. And it's been a search. It's been a long search. I do not regret the fact that I've been a Christian. To me, that only makes me more acceptable, and not accepting what Christianity stands about, but accepting where they have to come from to get here. Because when I left Christianity, it felt like I was cutting my umbilical cord. That I had lost something that I had held on to my whole life. My whole life, people. And so the thing is that, you know, I just needed to grow. And I got to a point in Christianity where I didn't see the fruits in other people anymore. I wasn't growing. I needed to go somewhere. But you know what? I needed to suffer first. And I thank Allah for the suffering. I thank Allah for what He's done for me. He's taken away everything, but you know what? He's given back to me even more. And in this next month, I'm going to have such a beautiful, beautiful things happening to me. I am just totally amazed. But you know what? It's going to be excited. For the first time in a long time, I'm so excited. And so that's why I feel this joy. That's why you hear this joy in my voice. Because, you know, I will never lose it now that I've got it back. I will never, ever allow anybody to step on wheels again and say, no, I don't like your laughter. No, I don't like your gifts. No, I don't like your spirituality. Yes, Allah is so loving, and He knows where I need to go, and I just have to be patient. It's a word that most of us hate, this word patience, because we keep thinking, oh, you know, I can be so patient for so many other people. I have been so patient for so many other people, but for myself, you know what? I don't have too much patience, and I have to learn patience for myself, because it's only been a year and a half since surgery. But you know what? Alhamdulillah, this week I was able to go back to the gym. Sure, I've been on the treadmill, but I'm going back to the gym this week, and you know what? It felt wonderful. It felt wonderful to do that again. And you're kind of wondering, what is Wheels doing at the gym? Well, Wheels is going to get a body made of steel. Wheels is arming herself, because you know there's work ahead of me. There's work ahead of me, because Islam is ahead of me, and I'm not done. I'm not done. So anyways, subhanallah, praise to Allah, praise to the people in this room who are here tonight, and I hope that you are open, and that you can hear as many, many blessings that are going to come into this room, because we are a testimony. I say that to all the reverts. We are a testimony. If you only knew that we are a testimony. So anyways, if anybody else has anything else to share, please come up to the mic. And please come up to the mic and share with us. It's nice to see everybody back in the room. And yeah, well, that's only part of it. It was part of it. And wasn't it nice to have them come back in here? And we welcome back Abu Ganwa, who came into the room. He's very knowledgeable brother also. We have some other people that have been in this room tonight that are also very knowledgeable. And we need to recognize this. We need to recognize this. Because you know what? They are our support. I always say that, you know, when I'm thinking, oh yeah, big problem on PAL tonight, yeah. So I always say, the best thing you can do for yourself is to give yourself a good support system. That means put people around you that are going to lift you up, and you can lift them up at the same time, and you can go on with the work that Allah has put in front of you. My work isn't the work on earth here. My work is the work that Allah puts in front of me on my plate. Anyways, I'm going to drop the mic.